Welcome to the Filipino American Woman Project podcast show, brought to you by our family on biasboba.com.
We're your co-hosts, Jen Amos
and Nani Dominguez-Smith.
After 3 seasons of sharing stories for Pinays by Pinays, we've gained the knowledge and language to articulate our experiences, and now we're ready to tell our own.
As we venture off into the world of business partnership, we want to bring you along for the ride.
Keep listening to hear how we explore our Pinay identities together as podcasters, content creators, and entrepreneurs.
Now, let's get into the show.
Okay. All right. We are officially recording. And hello. Thank y'all for joining us. Okay, cool. And then let me see if I can hear you. Hello, Elo Funk. Thanks for joining. I'm going to bring on Nani here. So she's going to go live with me here in a second. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Hey, so fun question for all of you. We are doing this recording and we're going to be publishing part of this during Thanksgiving week. So the fun activity I have for you all today is let us know in the comments below what you are thankful for. So go ahead and do that in the bottom, and we'd be happy to read that when we record. And in an upcoming episode, you will hear us give you a shout out. So if you are thankful for something, anything, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll be happy to give you a shout out. So for everyone who just joined us, we are asking the icebreaker question because this recording will be out during the week of Thanksgiving. Let us know, what are you thankful for? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Nani, it's so great to see you.
It's so great to see you.
Awesome. Elo Funk says, thankful for inspiring creative Pinays. Oh, thank you. We try. We make an effort.
Thank you, Elo Funk.
We try sometimes. Well, I guess all the time. In case you're joining us live for the first time, what Nani and I do now is we typically record our podcast episodes in advance. So right now, for example, this recording that we're doing live in front of you is going to be published next Friday and then the following Friday during Thanksgiving week. So we're going to be recording as though it's going to be publishing then. And the difference now is that we wanted to invite our followers on Instagram who would be interested in joining us live and kind of getting a sneak peek into what's going to be available in the future in the upcoming weeks. And also, hi, Marianne. Good to see you. Marianne's here, Filipino Momcast. Check her out.
Hi, Marianne.
Yes, we are recording as though this episode is going to come out next Friday and the Friday afterward. And so if you're joining us for the first time, go ahead and put in the comments, what are you thankful for? Because one of these episodes or one of these recordings today is going to be released during the week of Thanksgiving, and we would very much love to give you a shout out. So let us know in the comments below, what are you thankful for? And we'll be happy to give you a shout out. So with that being said, Nani, we are going to treat this like a normal recording, as though it's coming out next Friday and the week of Thanksgiving. So we're trying to, kind of get a lot of stuff done before the holiday season here. And again, if you are joining us for the first time, hello, happy Friday. And our icebreaker question for the day is, what are you thankful for? Go ahead and put that in the comments. Okay. Wait, hold up. Yes, everyone, this is kind of what happens. You don't actually see this when we actually publish our show. But Nani and I actually juggle a lot in the time that we're recording. So that's why we just wanted to invite you in so you can see us all in our imperfectionness and glory and unfilteredness. Hence why we called the show Jen and Nani Unfiltered. And I have to give a shout out to the first set of people who joined us in our first Instagram Live earlier this month, because it was that group. It was that Instagram Live group where we came up with the name Jen and Nani Unfiltered and decided to run with that name for our IG Lives. So let me go ahead and read in the comments here. Just as a reminder, we are going to be publishing part of this during the week of Thanksgiving. So the icebreaker question of the day is, share with us what you're thankful for. Starting with Chrissy Andy. Chrissy Andy says, you're thankful for Zach Teboldo's music during work. Love it. No, seriously, the influx of Filipino Fil-Am writers taking the world by storm lately. Chrissy, absolutely love that. Yes, we are taking over. We are infiltrating everything. I mean, we've always have. It's just that I think it's becoming more obvious. It's becoming more prominent. We're able to recognize each other more and all of that. In the past, I'm sure a lot of us who would get into, or in the past, celebrities who were of, let's say, Filipino descent would try to slip into entertainment and pretend that they're a mix of something else, some other ambiguous ethnic background to make it into the entertainment industry. And so now it's just absolutely beautiful how people can come out loud and proud as a Filipino American. And so it's incredibly awesome. So Chrissy, thank you for sharing that. For Marianne with the Filipino Mom, we know Marianne, that's why I say her name, but if you're all looking at her in the comments, it's the Filipino Mom. Filipino Mom says, you are thankful for this online community and how we support each other. Right? Isn't that great? Like, let's just slow down for a second. Before I get into like my type A personality mode, let's just slow down for a second and like sit with that statement. So Nani, what are your thoughts about what Marianne had shared here in the comments? Thankful for this online community and how we support each other.
Yeah, I am echoing that for sure. I think that we have really changed or like shifted the way that we interact with each other in community. And a lot of that can be attributed to like the Filipino Momcast community, Marianne's community. I know she does a lot of work also with like Rising Filipinas and some other organization on top of the great coaching work that she does on her own. So there's just like so many shifts in our community, and I like the healing vibes.
I love that. Hashtag healing vibes, y'all.
Yes. I think that's what comes to mind for me with Marianne's comment.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I'm actually going to take off this earpiece because now that I know that you sound fine, I'm just going to like remove it. So y'all can't tell, but like I'm wearing two different earpieces for different reasons. But I can hear Nani through Instagram Live, so I'm just going to keep it at that. So thank you, Marianne, for sharing that. And very often, Nani and I, when we have the self-awareness, we take a moment to be like, wow, it is amazing that we are in a space now where it's all about like genuinely supporting each other and rooting each other on and collaborating on each other's projects. And so I don't take that for granted. I'm sure that a lot of us can attest to past experience where maybe you have experienced bullying in your own Filipino community, whether it was amongst your family or amongst other Filipino friends. I know I did in 8th grade. I used to be bullied by Filipino American women, and here I am, how many years later? I just turned 21. I'm just kidding. A little bit older than that, but some people still think that I'm in my 20s, but I'm really not.
Yeah, it's believable for sure.
Yes. Thank you. But anyway, I'm sure that many of us have had experiences in the past where you submitted to the belief that our community just can't get along, and I'd like to believe that part of why you're here is because you have found that sense of belonging, that sense of acceptance. And Nani and I have felt that same way too. So we just can't thank you enough for helping us build such a safe space and such a safe space and a supportive space and a loving space to uplift each other. And it's my hope that in, your experience here with our show, whether you're just listening, whether you're part of our Discord community, our newsletter, our reflection series, we have a lot of things going on, Nani. Like however you're involved with our community, we hope that you can take the lessons you have from here and apply it into your real life. Because I think that's the real test, Nani. It's like, yes, we can live in this happy bubble where we all support each other and love each other. But at the end of the day, it's like, how do you take all of that and show up in the world? And how do you share that goodness in the world, in a world that is not so good to us sometimes?
That was really good.
Yeah, I can't believe I said that.
Well, I can. It's not.
I was not expecting that.
Unusual. It's just, that was really good.
Thank you.
Preach.
Thanks, Nani. Thank you. Okay, so moving on here. Elo Funk says, I'm thankful I found your podcast. Elo Funk, let us know, how did you find our podcast? I'm always curious to know that. Back in the day, like seasons 1 to 3, that was one of the first questions we would ask people, Nani, is how did you hear about us? How did you find us? And what compelled you to be on our show? And so let us know. We're always looking for that feedback. We want to know what part of our marketing efforts are actually making a difference. What is reaching you? We don't have billions and billions of dollars. We don't have like Super Bowl ad money, to put our show out there. So we really stick to like grassroots marketing with like social media and our newsletters and word of mouth to make this possible. So the more that we know how you're able to find the show, the more we know where we could put more of our marketing efforts into. So thank you, Elo Funk, and we're so happy to have you here. And we hope that you enjoy our live show today. And so we have Sobra. I like that name. So you are grateful for all the amazing Filipino, Filipino, and my family that continue to love and support me, even when I'm straight up. Okay, I'm going to try to say this. Nope. Okay, y'all are going to laugh at me. Okay, this is live. I can't edit this. Straight up, napakatigas ang ulo.
Good job. Right? I feel like that was really good.
Yeah? Okay,
I don't know.
I probably said it wrong. Someone help me pronounce that. But thank you, Sobra. Thank you so much for that. And then Marianne shares hashtag healing vibes. So thank you for sharing that. I know I said that a little bit earlier. So thank you for putting a timestamp on that and putting hashtag healing vibes. All right, y'all. Well, Nani and I are going to go ahead and get into our recording here now. And so if we're not looking at the camera here, it's because we are focused on our agenda today. But please, if you're new in the room, continue to let us know what you're thankful for, because part of this recording is going to be shared during the week of Thanksgiving. And we want to make sure that we all collectively share what we're thankful for. So, all right, Nani, are you ready to, I guess, record? I mean, we are recording, but are you ready to act like we're professional now? And
yes, I'm ready to record. So now we're here. Yes. First now we were here and now we're here.
Exactly. So y'all can't see this, but Nani and I have a bunch of screens and lights and wires in front of us.
And I'm sure you guys appreciate this time that I took to put into my setup today.
Yeah. For example, she's not sideways.
Better. Yeah. and I'm not sideways. I'm straight. So that's nice.
There you go.
I can actually see what's going on now. So yes, loving that. Loving all of this. Thank you all for joining.
Yes, for sure. All right. Well, here we go. So that was sort of the pre-show. We're going to go ahead and get into our podcaster headspace and get started here. So, all right. Just get a breath. I've been doing a lot of that lately, Nani. Like whenever I feel like I need to reset,
I really, really am into that. Let me do it with you.
On a count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that was good. Right. That was good.
That was good. I'm very proud of us, especially because we did that publicly. That's normally something you do by yourself, but there you go. Y'all just saw us just breathe in front of you. So you're welcome.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
I can even put a filter on myself on IG Live. That's cool.
Oh,
I thought that's
I'm not going to mess with it. Oh. Oh my God, y'all. If y'all
okay, we are not going to get me started with the filters because we will never get out of here. Let's just stop playing with that.
What's going on here? Wait a minute.
Okay. Are we good?
Oh my God. Okay, hold up.
Yeah, see?
Let me just try it. Let me just. Oh, Nani, do you see this flower?
I do. Where did you get that? I want one.
It's like the 5th or 6th feature. Wait, let's see. What else do I got here?
But how do you even get there?
I don't know. What I just did.
I'm not going to get started because with the filters, it's
okay. I think this is snow. Here we go. Hey, we're in the holiday season. Is that snow or is that sparkle?
I love that. Can you send this to me somehow?
I don't know how I did it. So I just pressed the filter face, like the face emoji on the bottom right.
Same.
And then on the bottom, I selected the green circle with sparkles in it. I thought that was going to be okay. I don't know. Wow, I'm on fire right now. I'm on fire right now.
Oh, there. Mine are gold.
Well, that looks nicer.
This is holiday-esque. Let's keep these on.
Yeah.
You can do the snow one and I'll do the gold snow. Or you can do the gold snow too.
Yeah. Let me see if I could find.
Oh, that's so cute, you guys.
Is that cute? Yeah. Look how cute we are. This is ridiculous. We're going to get stuck here. Look at this filter. What the heck? Y'all, okay, just so you guys all know, fun fact. Wow, look at this filter. Oh, look, snowflakes. Okay, this is perfect. Maybe I'll stick to this for IG Live.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
This is fun. I wish we could put this on our actual recording.
Yeah. Actually, we will provide the replay of this IG Live and all the past replays on our private podcast show, Just Miss with Jen and Nani. And so if you all just want to see what this looks like unfiltered, you can become a member on biasboba.com, and all of these live recordings will be available there for you to watch. Actually, I think we'll have it for our supporters at the very minimum. And there is a difference between our biasboba.com members versus our biasboba.com supporters. So if you just want to be a supporter, basically you support us by a minimum of 1 cup of boba. And then that gives you access to our book club, which we'll get into a little bit later, and also access to extra content. And so I'm thinking for that level as a supporter, you can get access to the replay of our IG Live. However, if you do watch us on TFAW Project when this comes out, you're not going to see all these cute little filters that we have going on right now. You're going to actually see us doing a more quote unquote professional recording with a more horizontal video. And if you follow our YouTube video, you'll see how we actually record, but it's not going to look like this. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that, y'all. I'm just going to do that. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that filter for Instagram Live for all of you because the holidays are among us. And so if you are joining us for the first time, the last thing I want to remind you all one more time, is that this is going to be coming out during the week of Thanksgiving. The icebreaker question we have for all of you when you're joining us live is, what are you most thankful for? Go ahead and share that in the comments, and we'll be happy to give you a shout out. And you'll be able to hear your shout out in an upcoming episode this month, most likely during Thanksgiving week. So, all right, Nani. So we did the breathing, we did the prep. You worked on your other computer for a little bit. We won't disclose why, but we're ready to get into it and actually do a recording together.
Yes, we are.
All right, cool. All right, let's do this. All right, so getting into the headspace. All right, hey everyone. Welcome back to another episode here at the TFAW Project. I'm Jen Amos, and as always, I have my co-host with me, Nani Dominguez Smith. Nani Dominguez Smith. I like saying your full name. Welcome back to the TFAW Project.
Thank you. I'm still getting used to it, so it's helpful for you to say it out loud, so I can be like, "Oh yeah, that's me."
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Mrs.
I could be
Smith.
Yeah, I'm glad I could be helpful by just constantly repeating your name. This actually reminds me of like one of my past favorite podcast shows. I noticed that like one of the hosts would always say their co-host name, like full name, every single time.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I like that branding. You know,
because I like it. Also, it reminds me of my grandma. My grandma's the only one that used to call me by my full name, which was different, because a lot of reasons. But it reminds me of my grandma. Whenever someone says my full name, I'm like,
well, good. Now I know how to get your attention.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we are excited, as we always are. I always tell myself I'm going to come up with different words to say other than excited, but it is what it is. But yes, we are excited because it's Thanksgiving week. And this is actually a pre-recording. We did this, I think, like 2 weeks in advance because we both want to be very present amongst our loved ones and however we both decide to celebrate Thanksgiving. So opening thoughts, Nani, do you know what your initial plans are for Thanksgiving?
Actually, I don't. I really haven't even thought about it because I feel like October was such a whirlwind and there was so much going on with Filipino American History Month, and just like work was really busy. Like everything was piling on. So I didn't even have a chance to like think about Thanksgiving and Christmas plans and all that, let alone our birthdays. So I just learned that my mom is going to be actually going out of town with my godmom. They're going to do a little like girls trip. So
fun.
That kind of means that we're on our own. Well, not really, because I'll, like probably see my cousins or my dad or my auntie or whoever is doing something, but I haven't heard from anyone. So I did put my Christmas decorations up. So I am in the festive holiday spirit, and I just need Cad to get the Christmas tree down from like, it's like on the top shelf of the closet where I can't reach it, which is the only reason the tree is not up. But I am ready for Christmas.
I love it. And just so you all know, remember, we recorded this a couple of weeks ago before this episode came out. So Nani is on top of it with her holiday festivities.
Oh yeah. Halloween's done. I'm like, okay, it's Christmas time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, to my knowledge, Scott and I are going to be doing a turkey trot. And so if anyone...
What does that mean?
A turkey trot is kind of an annual thing that happens where it's basically a 5K. So,
oh God, it's like the opposite of eating for Thanksgiving. You're going to be exercising.
Exactly. It's a way to kick off Thanksgiving. So it's going to happen first thing in the morning, like 8 a.m. And I'm really excited about this because we recently found out that there's a running club locally, like where we live. And even though our gym is going to be closed that day, the running club is going to take place with the turkey trot that morning. And when I say turkey trot, in case anyone has heard about this before, it's really not going to be as big as like a marathon or, don't think of like it's going to be like crowds upon crowds of people that are going to be running this. It's mainly going to be our neighbors, people who enjoy running locally. And where we live, it's just the perfect place to go running. And I actually used to be a runner in high school. I did cross country and track and field for basically all 4 years when I was in high school. And I lost a part of that when I went to college. I tried to keep it up, but eventually time went on and I started to live a very sedentary lifestyle. And that started to cause joint issues for me. And it got to a point where I sort of just like accepted the fact that I wasn't going to be able to run again. And thanks to just everything that I have prioritized this year, primarily my health, like eating healthier, going to the chiropractor, stretching, working out, weightlifting, like I'm actually capable of running now. And I will share with you, Nani, that like part of what prompted this is that our gym. So we used to, I can't believe I'm getting into this, but I'm already here, so I'm going to keep going. Like,
No
so the
turning
thing
back
is,
now.
yeah. So originally, part of what drew us to our current gym is that we were allowed to bring our dog. You know, because Scott and I were very attached to our dog. Of course, like he has separation anxiety, and with everything that has happened in the past years, it's been really hard to teach our dog to, you know, live by himself or be by himself for a certain amount of time. And so we've just learned to do life with our dog. Like we've taken him everywhere. You know, I mean, the good thing is that we work from home, so that helps. But we've also made it a point to try to be in spaces where it's very dog friendly and stuff like that. And so that's initially what drew us into this gym, is that we were allowed to bring our dog. But in the recent weeks, they kind of made this rule that they're like, yeah, you know, like it's great in theory, but like it's really not safe to bring your dog. And so our gym is about 5 miles away from where we live. And one day I just decided, I was like, you know what? You know, like, honey, while you go to the gym, maybe I will run to you from home. And here's the thing, Nani, I don't remember the last time I ran 5 miles. I really don't. Because again, I had accepted the fact that I was no longer a runner, that I was
Yeah.
either going to stick to swimming or like just something else that didn't require me, you know, running. And I was like, you know what? I think I can do it. And long and behold, a couple weeks ago, I decided to run from home all the way to the gym, 5 miles. And I will tell you though, it took me like an hour and a half to get to the gym, but I
Dude,
made it.
that's 5 miles. That's
Yeah.
insane. I could
Yeah.
never.
But yeah, I made it and I'm very proud of myself. And that is how I know that I am capable of doing this turkey trot, because I think they're going to start like kind of near our neighborhood and it's going to end up at the gym. And so, yeah, and I share all this because I'm just very proud of myself, you know, for prioritizing my health again this year and doing something that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. So, yes, we are excited. And the best part of it is we get to bring the dog because it's
Yay.
outdoors and hopefully it doesn't rain, crossing our fingers.
Yeah.
But if it does work out, if it is a sunny day or it's not raining, then I think it's going to just be such a fun way for us to kick off Thanksgiving.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah. So hopefully I got to make sure I get stretch a lot the night before. But anyway, that is my plans to our listeners. If you have Thanksgiving plans that you want to share, feel free to let us know, slide into our DMs on Instagram, or let us know in our Discord community, or, you know, respond to our newsletter that comes out that week. And if you don't want to tell us what you're doing, one thing that Nani and I want to talk about today, in addition to what we think we're going to do on Thanksgiving Day or that weekend, is express our gratitude, you know, express what we are thankful for. And I didn't actually prepare for this moment. I just knew it was on our list of things to talk about today.
Same.
So I'm going to try to come up with something. But Nani, do you have?
Okay, let me try first.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What are you thankful
So
for, Nani?
I am thankful for this season. Like, I'm extra thinking about how important it is and how much of a main, like, part of my life or a center point in my life self-awareness has become, and how that is not something that you just like discover, but you have to like continue to discover because you are ever evolving. Like,
Mm-hmm.
every moment, your thoughts and opinions and beliefs are like being tested and challenged, and you're having, you know, new tangent thoughts or new ideas that you want to explore. And so there's no like standing still. You know, I think
Yeah.
that when people embark on this like journey to find their roots or really like explore their identity, it's like approach like you're looking to find something, like there's like an end in sight. But really, this is an ongoing process. And I think that this year, that has been the thing that has been coming up for me again and again and again is like, no, you're not done, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
This isn't it. You don't get to sit back and relax now. Like, this is your normal pace. Like, you have to get used to juggling all these things. You have to get used to continuing to question yourself. And like, just when you thought like, oh, I've discovered the root of this trauma or the root of this wound, and
Yeah.
now I can like heal and move on. It's like, no, it keeps coming back. Like, that's imprinted. And so just because you're aware of it doesn't mean that it goes away.
Yeah.
And I've just been really thankful to have this community, and especially you, obviously, because on top of being in community with our TIFA family, you know, on the many different channels that we offer, you and I are also talking more than we're recording, you know,
Yeah.
just on a
Yeah.
regular daily basis. And for me to have access to someone like you who is not a therapist, but should be a therapist, is, you know, on top of my actual therapist, is just really, I know that I don't take that for granted. I know that that is a really significant bond that we share and connection that we have. And even the accessibility that like you allow me to you on our free time, like me calling you at 7 a.m., which is really 10 a.m. your time, but still,
That's not too late. That's not too early for me, fortunately.
For you to like take the time and like just listen to whatever I'm venting about, or, even share your experiences about like marriage and drama with your friends and like just things that we need space to unpack and unload, especially like I mentioned in our last recording, in an intimate setting where we feel comfortable and safe to do that. Because like I said, we've done 3 years of recording our kind of discovery process and our becoming of self-awareness, I guess. And now it's like, okay, how do we maintain that process in a way that's still beneficial to us and not just like performative,
Yeah, I agree to everything that you shared. And I love how we didn't know what we were going to say, but you improvised really well. So I love it. Yeah. And yeah, well done. You deserve your own snaps. There you go. Yes, Nani is the snapper. She's a resident snapper here on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing all that. And I feel like I'm at a loss of words because I'm trying to kind of express my gratitude differently. Because I just like how I keep starting off each episode saying I'm really excited. Like, I'm trying to find different words to say, like, I'm incredibly grateful, to you and to our community. And I think what I want to say differently this time is I agree with you in regards to like, how do we sustain this? Because I do recall a couple of episodes ago, I was sharing my insecurity with you on like, I'm committed in general. Like, I'm in a stage in my life now where I am committed to sustaining my relationships. I don't want to take off every 3 to 5 years, even if it's just mentally check out in my relationships. Like I'm actually in a place now where I'm like comfortable and excited to lean in and see how my current relationships continue to blossom. And there's a fear in me about that, mainly because it's uncharted territory. I've always been able to escape in a certain way. Like I said, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be emotional. It could be mental. It could just be just mentally checking out and just and just going through the motions. But you have been there for me in really hard conversations. And I won't get into detail about the most recent one, but I'm pretty sure you know which one I'm talking about, where it was kind of like an issue that is being rehashed when we thought that we had closure with it, that I thought I had made a firm decision about it and I felt good about it. And then when the issue came up again, I didn't realize in sending you an audio message or 2 or 3, maybe, I don't know, that I would be crying half of the time because of how important it was for me to honor rehashing that issue, like opening up again to see if there was still a possibility to pursue something.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to give me that safe space and to reassure me, to mother me the way that you do nowadays, like, Nani is right. Like, we talk a lot offline more so than we do these actual recordings. And I truly don't take that for granted. And I'm learning too that, in addition to sustaining our relationship, to take all the lessons on the show, all the conversations we've had, and really applying it to my in-person relationships, which is personally for me, that's the scariest thing to do because I am the kind of person who can physically take off if I wanted to, but to actually stay put and like work through stuff, it is uncharted territory. And I think like this wouldn't be possible if I didn't feel grounded somewhere. And, you're a part of that, Nani. Our TIFA community is a part of that. And yeah, therefore, I am so thankful that this work exists and so thankful that you and I continue to make time in addition to everything that we're doing, because I know for us, like, this is part of our self-care. This is part of our continual self-discovery, our continual reminder to practice presence and reflection. Shameless plug for our reflection series on Instagram, by the way. Just DM us if you're interested. It's free. But yeah, just being able to practice presence on the show. And yes, this is a pre-recording, but to talk about it right now in real time as we're recording this, it is something to be very, very thankful about. And the last thing I'll add to that is it's kind of funny. And you and I experienced this when we were on Jamie and Kara's show a couple of weeks ago during Filipino American History Month, when Jamie was like, she's like, you guys are very articulate. Like, she pointed that out. And that still like sits with me because I'm like, am I, and I think it's because, again, we have created the space to be able to practice that and to articulate like, nice conversations, but also like harder and loving and tougher conversations. And you and I have created this space to exercise that with each other and with our community.
Yeah, and maybe why it sounds so natural when we do record, and for like someone listening on the other end to feel like, oh wow, they really have this like genuine bond or this like genuine relationship. Maybe it is because we do actually talk about our personal lives and like things that happen, how to approach situations, social, family, etc. So when we do talk about it on the show, it feels, just like already organic. And yeah, again, I don't take that part of our relationship for granted. I think that that's really what makes this show, this community, is like the vibes that we give off. And we couldn't do that if we didn't build, if we only came together when we're recording or creating content or something. Like there's obviously more behind that. And so, again, we invite you guys to be a part of that, like behind the scenes process that we do in our approach to content creation, because that's where we're getting our muse from, is from our community. So we're thankful. I'm thankful for us and our relationship. And I'm also thankful for us being able to translate those vibes into all these different offerings that we offer to the community.
Yeah, I second all of that. Well, I could give some like announcements as we often do, but I think I'm just going to skim over them for a couple of seconds because I feel like we need to wrap this up now. Like this felt like a very like
Yeah, we didn't
loving.
intend to be talking at this extension, but here we are.
Yeah, maybe I should have asked last. That should have been like our last question, but it's all good. We're going to shift gears real quick and now sound a little bit more professional here. And I wouldn't say less loving, but kind of more like action oriented. So, just like what Nani said, if you enjoy our vibes, if you enjoy our energy and you haven't engaged with us just yet, we would love, love, love to have you be a part of our reflection series. So this is a free 5-day reflection series that you can be a part of on Instagram. We usually try to keep the group anywhere from 3 to 5 people, but because our people invite more people, sometimes it's a little more than that. And we love it. We love it when you join our series and invite your friends and reflect together in communities. We have people where they're like, you know what, can you just add me to this indefinitely? And I'm like, sure, like why not? I'm happy to have you. But if it is your first time and you want to get a taste of what it's like to really engage with us in a safe space like Instagram direct messages, or in our group chat, we would love to have you. Just find us on Instagram, the Filipino American Woman, DM us, direct message us for our podcasters who are not on Instagram and don't know what DMing means. Just private message us on there and we'll be happy to add you to the reflection series. The second announcement is our book club. So at the time of this recording, our book club took place last Friday. And although this is a pre-recording, I know for certain that it was an amazing conversation, Nani. And I'm sure it was a very intellectual conversation. And I imagine that a lot of us walked away with action items on how to be more assertive. I know that Dr. Abby joined us or will be joining us at this reflection series. So it'll be really, really, really cool to hear from the author's perspective, why she decided to write this book, like how she actually conducted her study of nearly 500 Filipino Americans all over the US and ask them about assertiveness and maintaining their Filipino culture. So I imagine that it was a very and very engaging, intellectual, enlightening, exciting, life-changing conversation.
Yes.
Nani, would you like to speculate what
No,
that book club went?
we can guarantee you that it was all of those things and more. Yes, all of your dreams come true, wrapped up in a little bow.
all your dreams come true. I love it. I love it. Yes. And so the reason why we're sharing this is if you were going to make it or you missed out or you're hearing about it for the first time, we actually hold this on a monthly basis. And I actually want to stress this now that I'm thinking about it. The last book club of the year will take place on the third Friday of December. I think that happens to be in the middle of our birthdays, Nani, from what I recall. I'll have to double check the calendar. I just know it's the third Friday of December. And this is going to be a more slow paced book club. In fact, I don't think we're planning on reading. We're just going to come together, kind of make it like a holiday party, virtually, of course. And, for anyone that has any lingering thoughts on past books that we have read or, want to share maybe ideas on future books, that's what this book club is going to be. It's going to be an opportunity to, wrap up the year, share any reflections for people who've been a part of it, what they loved the most about doing the book club with us. But we would love, love, love to have you join us. All it takes is supporting us a minimum of 1 cup of boba on biasboba.com. And we would love, love, love to end the year with all of you there. I do think that the first Friday of December may be the last time we do Instagram Live. So if you really, really want to engage with us one final time in real time, we would love, love, love to have you join us for our book club, third Friday of December. And once you join us on biasboba.com by supporting us a minimum of 1 cup of boba, you will get all the details on how to join that book club. Any final thoughts on that, Nani?
No, I'm just excited every time we get a chance to get together with our book club because our chat on Discord is always so live. And I love, again, just like the tangents that I'm going off of reading Dr. Abby's book, and the opportunity to talk to her directly is really exciting. So hopefully she'll join us at our holiday party too. But I'm just excited for it to expand and to also have a little fun. Maybe we'll wear like our ugly Christmas sweaters, or maybe we will
Oh,
like
yeah.
bring some, family traditional like dishes if some of us like to cook in that group, or maybe we'll just order boba. Like, let's do something fun.
Yeah, yeah. We'll
If
figure
you
it
want to
out.
join us, like DM us and let us know your ideas for like fun holiday party virtual celebration ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there you have it. We have the reflection series, which you can DM us on Instagram to be a part of. We usually start it every time there's at least one person new that wants to be a part of it. So if you let us know, like I already know at the time of this recording, someone responded to our IG stories. We made a post about it. And it was funny because like I think the image said click the link below. And so the person direct messaged us and said, "Hey, there's no link on this." And I was like, "Oh, well,
Whoops.
are you interested in joining?" I was like, okay, cool. Well, hey, you reached out to us. That's all that matters. We will add you into the group chat. So I love that people reach out to say, hey, I didn't see a link. I was like, well, great. Are you still interested?
My
Perfect.
bad.
Yeah,
Whoops.
no, you don't have to apologize because, sometimes what businesses do is they'll have like a typo on their sign. So people can go in their business and say, hey, you misspelled your sign. They're like, oh, but you're in. Are you interested in buying anything? So it's kind of
I
like
love
not
that.
not
Yeah.
that that was planned on your end, but it kind of worked out in
It's
our favor.
a strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so we have our reflection series and of course our upcoming book club, which is going to be basically be a holiday party to end up the to wrap up the year. And last but not least, I just want to throw this out there. We don't have to get into too much detail about this, Nani, but I do want to remind our audience that we are in the process of working with potential advertisers for our show. And so, our biasboba.com community really helps us keep the lights on with our show. It helps us, fund our editor. Shout out to Dennis. And it helps us, pay for all the overhead to sustain the show. And we're hoping that with the advertisers, it'll help us continue to feel more confident in our overall sustainability, and also hopefully, financially support Nani and I, because we definitely want to make a business out of this. We want to make a living out of, being in, doing media. And if you believe in us, if you've enjoyed us and you want to continue to see us thrive and advocate for you and your stories, we would very much love to chat with you more about advertising opportunities. And so I think at the time of this recording, we might have information in the show notes or in our newsletter. But if you do want to learn more about like how we could potentially collaborate, feel free to shoot us an email, or, there's many ways to find us. But for the most part, check the show notes of this episode or visit our website, tfaproject.com. That's TFAW as in the Filipino American Woman Project.com. Nani, any quick thoughts about that?
Yes, just quick thoughts are like, think when I used to run the Instagram, if you guys are like Tifa OGs, and I used to just repost a bunch of people's, like bakeries or restaurants or virtual events or in-person events or whatever. I used to just post a bunch of community resources on the Instagram stories that I know you guys loved a lot, even like news features or whatever. So if you guys have content like, that you used to reach out for us to do that, to feature you on our stories, or even in our Facebook group, we get a lot of those like people trying to self promote their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you can. So, yeah, if you have something to promote and you would love to use our platform to do it, and it is something that is aligned with our brand and going to be beneficial, like offering beneficial value to our community, then we would love to chat with you.
Yeah. And what comes to mind for me, Nani, is my hope is that we have advertisers that are with us for a while. So if you are someone that has a sustainable thing that you're promoting, like a sustainable service or an offering, like a book, and you intend on promoting it, for a long time, we would love to collaborate with you. We're not just looking for someone to advertise for 1 month. We're looking for someone to advertise for 6 months, So people who really want to be in community with us and are not just trying to push whatever they're trying to offer out there, we would very much want to, make you feel like you're a part of the family because, we have a very engaged community here and everyone so far seems to be very receptive to like what we put out there. But yeah, if you are interested in learning more and kind of doing life with us in regards to, being fellow creatives, storytellers, authors, business owners, please reach out to us. We would love to have, a team of sponsors to kick off the new year. I think that would be a great way, whether it's springtime or early new year, we would very much love to have that collaboration with you. So I know we are at the hour, Nani. I'm paying attention to the clock.
Thank you for
and so
always being mindful of time.
Yes, we're going to wrap up here. Happy Thanksgiving once again. Of course, I don't think we've said it enough, Nani. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for our community.
I'm thankful for you.
Yeah, we can never say thank you too much. And especially because of how we express that gratitude in action. And that's why I feel like I can keep saying it because it doesn't feel empty, know? So thank you, Nani. Thank you to our community. We hope you all are having a relaxing, safe, memorable, fun holiday weekend. And we'll chat with you in the next episode. Tune in next time.
Thank you for listening to the Filipino American Woman Project podcast show.
Do you want to continue to be part of the conversation? Then join our Discord community for free today. Check out the link in the show notes to join us now.
And don't forget to subscribe to our weekly newsletter for the latest show updates and episode releases. The link is also available in the show notes.
Lastly, if you wish to support us on our journey, consider showing us some love on biasboba.com.
That's all for now. Chat with you next time.
Yay!